Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for May 2018. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So let's jump into this. Okay, so this would be for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Risings. So here we have the Fool. So this would definitely indicate that you guys have definitely started something new. Maybe you have went down a completely different road than you ever have before. Maybe some of you have started a new relationship. Maybe some of you have started a new job. Maybe some of you have literally just randomly decided, I'm going to go on an adventure. I'm going to go do some traveling. Either way, whatever this new start is, you come into the month of May with a clean slate, okay? And, there is a innocence to this type of energy here. So we're getting a new start. It's a clean slate. And again, there's like innocence. So definitely any type of residual karma is now been wiped away. So that's good. So this definitely would indicate that you guys have been going in a different direction. You wanted to go in a new direction. You were ready to take a leap of faith. Some of you could even be looking at it like you're taking a gamble on something. But hey, this was a new start, a new direction, a new path. And hey, sometimes we just gotta blaze our own trail, if you know what I mean. So let's clarify. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is a card of stiff competition. This is a card where we're definitely standing on the defensive. We're definitely prepared to fight if we need to protect what is ours. We're definitely willing to verbally fight as well when it comes to our values and our belief systems. So now sometimes with this card, okay, something or someone may feel like an enemy. So there's that. But the overall energy of this card is one of competition. And a lot of times this can be pretty stiff competition. But I mean, look, he's got 6 wands coming at him. And he's sitting there with his one like, hey, I'm ready. Come on. Come at me. I'll take all 6 of you down. So some of you could be experiencing some type of competition with this new start. Or some of you might feel like something or someone could be an enemy and perhaps maybe trying to cause problems for you. So you may be standing on the defensive. Some people could be looking at you in regards to the new start that you made, like, you sure that's very smart? So, this could definitely be putting you on the defensive as far as having to defend your new start, the new direction you went in. Okay, so this would be your circumstances. We have the Queen of Coins. So she is a nurturer. All the queens are nurturers, except for the Queen of Swords. But yes, the queens are about nurturing. So the Queen of Coins, she's definitely a nurturer. She definitely enjoys being able to teach others how to make money for themselves and to prosper. And she loves to be behind the scenes, so to speak. Now, this could be representing someone that is actually in your life, or this could be representing just the energy that you are taking on. Every Aries sun, moon, and rising is different. So All of our situations are different. We're all on our own individual journey. So, now, if this is representing a person, this could be someone that is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Someone who would be good at making money. And someone who is more than willing to help you to learn how to make money yourself. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we clarify and we have the Six of Cups. So this is a card of past. So this card has ties to our past. Now, a lot of times this card can indicate siblings. This can indicate cousins. This can also indicate, in general, friends, old lovers, people from our past. These people would have a tie to our past. Now, for some of you, sometimes this can be someone that you don't know, but they will have a tie to your past in some way, shape, or form. Say you could be mutually friends with, someone that knows this other party, and this mutual friend that you have, maybe you've known them since childhood. Maybe you meet someone and you find out they went to your old high school, or they lived in your childhood neighborhood. Many things like that. But, there would be a tie to your past or to your childhood, or this could be a sibling, a cousin, someone you would be very close to. Now, a lot of times with this card, we tend to be looking back on the past, nostalgia, but in a good way. We're focused on the good things that happened in the past. Now, the very positive side to this card is that the person that has a tie to your past that comes forward could offer you an opportunity. And more times than not, this will be a good opportunity. And so perhaps for some of you, you might get an offer from a woman. But it doesn't have to be. It could be male or female. Sure, we have queens and kings and knights and pages, but when it comes to tarot, this can represent anyone, especially when it's a reading for the masses, so this can be male or female. So just do keep that in mind, please. But yes, an opportunity will have ties to the past. So someone from your past will probably offer you an opportunity of some sorts. So that's positive. And more than likely, it will be an opportunity of a financial nature. Okay, so this would be the focus position. Now here we have the moon. So typically when we have this card, that feeling you can get sometimes where that something is coming, like there's a big change coming. You could just feel it. You don't know how you know it and how you feel it, but you do. Well, the moon card comes out to be like, hey, you're right. There is a big change coming. So be prepared. Now, I always try to remind everyone when this card comes out, always pay attention to your dreams. Always pay attention to your intuition, your hunches, that gut feeling. Don't ignore it, because it will always lead you the right direction if you listen to it. Now, if you stop and you second guess that intuition or that hunch, that's where we can get ourselves into some problems, okay? So you definitely want to take the first intuition hunch Don't question it, don't rationalize it, just go with it. Also, pay attention to your dreams. For some, this can come through in dreams. Now, sometimes this can show that we could be a bit on the emotional side because the moon tends to exaggerate our emotions. So for some of you, you could have been experiencing some emotional outbursts, potentially, making a mountain out of a molehill. Again, the moon tends to exaggerate our feelings, and we just recently had a full moon, so yeah. It makes sense to me. But overall, this is definitely indicating a big change is coming. Now, something else I do need to mention is, unfortunately, deception can be associated with this card. And when I say deception, I mean deception from others. Typically, we see deception from others in the upright position, and then when it's reversed, it's self-deception. So there is a possibility, not saying that all of you are going to experience deception coming from someone else in your life, but for some of you, it is quite possible, okay? So, keep those feelers up and be on the lookout. But overall, like I said, if you feel like something big is coming, a change is coming, the moon card comes out to verify you're absolutely right. Now we clarify and look at this. We get the world. This is a wonderful card. Love this card. So this is a card of self-actualization. This is a card of, a job well done. We've went through many trials. We've learned from them. And so this card brings us karmic rewards. So whatever we desire, it can truly be ours under this type of energy. This is a fantastic card. I love it. I mean, I could speak and speak and speak on this card for hours. But we're going to come back to it. I'll just put it that way real quick. Okay, so this would be your recent past. So here we have the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups, this could be a younger person in your life. For some of you, this could be a child, could be a preteen or a teenager. Or this could just simply be representing the energy. Okay, now, the Page of Cups typically brings a message. It could be a romantic message, or it can be an encouraging type of message, like, don't lose hope, don't lose faith, keep going, I got your back, if you need anybody, give me a call, I'm happy to help, something like that. So typically with the Page of Cups, we have people that care about us and that want to support us and want to help us. And they can be very encouraging at this time. So overall, that is definitely positive. Now, sometimes this can bring a message of a new relationship, someone that wants to be in a relationship with you, or someone you wanted to be in a relationship with. It's always a possibility as well. Okay. And we clarify, we get the Star in the reverse position. So this is our test of faith card. When it's in the reverse, your faith is being tested. Now see, we have the World here and the Fool. We got that new start, big changes coming, karmic rewards. But in the past, here we had the Star, and this is where our faith is tested. So it seems to me that a lot of you guys passed the test, because we got the World card here, which is a good thing. But this card can definitely indicate having anxiety issues, sometimes an anxiety disorder. Sometimes there can be a bout of depression or depression type disorder, because there's a tendency to definitely be down because you're wanting something to happen and it doesn't, and so it can really make you lose hope. Yeah, it can make you feel pretty hopeless. And so this is definitely not the best energy, but the star in reverse is also saying, hey, not all is lost, because you do have a creative type of hidden ability. It's an ability that is creative. For some, you would already know what it is, and for some of you, it's hidden, and you just need to dig a little bit deeper. But I feel that a lot of you really put the work in, so especially seeing the world, that definitely lets me know that a lot of you put the work in. So this is definitely a positive. Now, perhaps maybe you might have ended up feeling hopeless or feeling like someone dashed your hopes. And maybe it was this person that brought you encouraging messages or messages of romance. Or for some of you, potentially someone that you wanted to be in a relationship with or was in a relationship with. This can happen many different ways. Okay, so this would be the present, the here and the now energy. Here we have the King of Cups in reverse. So this is definitely indicating that a loss of some sort has occurred. Sometimes this can be indicating that, that we are emotionally provoked. So there's definitely a situation that occurs that hurts us emotionally, or someone literally pokes at us and tries to provoke us emotionally. Now, ultimately, with this particular energy, the universe wants us to rise up and face this emotional issue with maturity and wisdom. But a lot of times we just don't want to. We want to withdraw, isolate ourselves, because under this type of influence, we're being pretty moody, okay? Pretty moody. And sometimes we just want to withdraw and isolate ourselves so that we can try to, first and foremost, do our pouting in private, and then, find our balance again. And we'll come back out of it when we're ready to. But ultimately, the best way to get around this is to face the issue head on. Face it with maturity. Face it with wisdom. Things happen. Okay, yep. Hermit in reverse. So this would definitely indicate that some sage advice that was given to you, some good advice that was given to you, could have been disregarded. Maybe someone gave you advice and you didn't take it. Maybe you received advice from your higher mind, from that inner voice, and maybe you disregarded it. Maybe you had a hunch about this situation here, and maybe you didn't listen to it. Sometimes this can indicate that we actually get advice from an outside source, and when it's in the reverse, we did not take it. Now, sometimes when this card's in the reverse, this can indicate a little bit of a wishful thinking, and this can indicate that our head is in the clouds, so to speak. And when our head is so far up in the clouds, we can't see just how dark it is outside. If you catch my drift. Yeah. So, now, a lot of times with the Hermit, especially in reverse, this is a time that you really do need to go within and be introspective and reflective. Quiet the mind and listen, because every answer, every question we ever could need an answer for, it's already within us. Our subconscious mind knows the answer to everything that we want to know. But we have to go within, and we have to quiet the mind and just listen. Now, sometimes this card comes up when we are pulling back, isolating, and we are reevaluating things. We could be reevaluating our life. We could be reevaluating a particular situation. Now, considering that I mentioned there could be deception here, combined with the King of Cups in reverse and the Hermit in the reverse. And I hate to jump forward, but Knight of Swords in reverse as well. All of these cards combined are definitely speaking to me as far as you guys might have been dealing with some sort of malicious type of gossip. So you could be the object of gossip, and well, that would be very emotionally provoking, making you want to either fight or flight, you know. Fight it first and then withdraw. But yeah, malicious gossip is a big one here. Deception can be an indication for certain. And with the Knight of Swords in reverse, deception and dishonesty can definitely come up with that as well. So yeah, there is definitely an air of deception and dishonesty and potentially malicious gossip. Now, some of you could actually be offered, like somebody could try to offer you something or get you to invest in something or to buy something, whatever it may be. And they will be very, very convincing. Very convincing. But let me tell you what, I hope that you watch this reading in time, because whoever this person is that's trying to offer you something, this could just simply be a friend, you know, trying to offer you advice, or this could be a friend trying to sell you something. This could be a complete stranger trying to sell you something or give you an opportunity. But let me tell you, they will make it seem like it is a for sure thing. And let me tell you, they would be very, very charming. Very charming. Very believable, but let me tell you, some of you guys could be dealing with a scam artist. A scam artist, a hacker. Or someone who just lies and tries to start problems for you. This can manifest in many different ways. Like I said, we're all on our own individual journey. So that's why I like to throw many different options out there. Okay. We'll go back to that one. Now, this is your near future. So we have the Seven of Cups. This is what I refer to as our emotional wish card. This is our emotional choices wish card. So this definitely indicates that you have a choice that you have to make, and it is a choice that is an emotional one. Now, the downside to this is that illusions can definitely come up with this card. Now, ultimately, I can tell you, you always want to choose spirit, okay? You always want to choose spirit. But there's a tendency for people to be like, oh, look at that beautiful diamond ring. I want that. you know, and all that glitters is not gold, baby, okay? Well, let me tell you. Because it will appear as something, but then you get it and you find out, what? Is this a fugazi? You know? Or maybe you get this ring and then you're like, what? The band cracks, the diamond falls out, or the diamond's fake? Like, what? I thought I was getting something else. Illusions. A lot of us, you know, we look at it, the face value, and we're like, oh, that looks great. I'd love to have that. That's why we want to go with spirit. We always want to go with spirit. Because spirit will never lead you down the wrong path. The spirit choice is the right choice. But to each his own. Like I always like to remind everyone, I'm sure those of you who watch my videos every month probably get tired of hearing me say this, but we have free will. So we always have that choice to change something. We can change an attitude. We can change a behavior. We can, you know, just tweak something ever so little, and we can actually alter our destiny. So your destiny is truly in your hands. Granted, we do have things we go through that are fated, okay? But beyond what we go through that is fated, the rest of it is destiny, and it's in our hands. We have the free will to do whatever we want beyond the fated. Okay, yeah, I'm going off on a rant, but we always want to pick spirit. Okay, so we clarify, we get the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. So, with the Knight of Wands, this can indicate that either your work life or your home life could be a hot mess right now. And some of you, this can be indicating both. Some of you may be experiencing problems on, you know, the home life and at work. Woo, I feel for you guys. Woo. I mean, it's hard enough to have problems at home or just at work, but then to have both, yeah, no fun. Now, this can definitely point towards insecurity, self-doubt, a lack of self-confidence, not believing in oneself, negative self-talk. Sometimes you can just be a bit downright argumentative, just in a bad mood and ready to argue. Sometimes this can indicate a personal conflict or jealousy. Yeah. Sometimes some great plan that we had, perhaps our new start, sometimes this can indicate that we are going to experience a delay in regards to it. Sometimes it can be postponed. That can become very frustrating. So yeah, that can make one pretty emotional and maybe even a bit downright argumentative. But again, you have to remember, you got free will, so you can say, hey, I'm not going to be reactive. I'm going to control my emotional responses, and I'm not going to be reactive. And hey, if you can do that in no time, you can have this card turned to the upright position. Like I said, something very small like that is all it takes. As long as you stick to it, you can completely alter your destiny for the better. So we have a lot more control than we realize. Okay. Now this would be the attitude. So here we have the World in the reverse. What the hell happened, Aries? What happened? Okay, so the world in reverse. This definitely indicates that, oh, maybe we've slipped up and maybe we've repeated a mistake that we've already made 100 times before. Yeah. Sometimes this can indicate a failure to learn, we keep repeating the same mistake. It's kind of like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, and we're still trying to expect a different result. I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is, and I'm straight with you guys. So, and that's going to resonate with those of you who absolutely know that you're making the same mistake, and that's why you could be where you're at. Yeah. Now, for those of you who do not resonate with that particular part, then this can be indicating that there is more work that needs to be done. This could be more work on the self, on the spirit. This could be more work in regards to making sure we don't fall back into old bad habits, which hey, is normal. We can all slip up from time to time. But if you know that you've slipped up and that you've made a mistake, you can call yourself out on it. And in no time, we can reverse this card to the upright position. So, again, you can help the situation. Okay, so it's clarified by the Three of Swords. So this definitely makes sense. Perhaps maybe someone, could be lying about you. Someone could be spreading that malicious gossip. Or, even if you happen to get scammed or conned, this could definitely be indicating why the world then goes to the reverse position. This here, the Three of Swords, indicates an upset. Thankfully, it's not as traumatic as it is in the upright position, so I'm glad it's in the reverse. So this could be indicating a heartbreak type of situation that we went through in the past, potentially. But for most of you, I'm feeling that, there's the upset of these situations taking place. Okay? And this could be, for some of you, this could be a relationship that had a third party. For some of you, this could have been, unfaithfulness, cheating. That could resonate with some of you. Maybe some of you have given someone way too many chances, someone that's already been unfaithful. Maybe you gave them another chance, knowing good and well you shouldn't have, because they've already done you dirty. Now, for those of you that don't resonate with that particular part, this can just simply be indicating that something upsetting happens. Perhaps maybe someone hurts your feelings. Maybe if someone's out there lying or gossiping about you, yeah, that's going to hurt your feelings. It's not the end of the world, but it certainly is very indicative as to why you might be subject to falling back and not learning your lesson. But it's okay, because you'll get it right. You will. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a platonic relationship. This could be a friendship, say, 3 different friends. Maybe you think you got a great friendship, and then all of a sudden you find out the other 2 are constantly talking shit behind your back. That'll resonate with a few of you. I'm sorry about my potty mouth, but, this is just me. I can't be filtered. I can't. If I filter myself, then it's not going to be good. But yes. But overall, this is still just, being hurt. Again, it's not the tragic heartbreak, but it's still an upset. It's something that upsets you. Okay, so this is how other people will see you. Here we got the Temperance in reverse. So, this is definitely indicating that the emotions are out of balance, okay? So, we tend to think with our emotions rather than with our intellect, our mind, when the Temperance is in reverse. We're just reacting emotionally, okay? Now, impatience comes up in a big way with this card. Is that you, Aries? No. Sorry. You just gotta make a little joke here and there. But yeah, impatience can come up in a big way here. But sometimes we're just tired of the dilly-dallying along. We just want to get things moving. Like, I'm tired of it just going so slow. Can we just speed up already? We should have been done like last year. Let's get things moving. Come on, let's go. Now, sometimes this card can be indicating that you could be potentially being intolerant with other people. And we definitely don't want to try to be doing that. That's not the best way to be. Now, if you own a business, this is really important, okay? We got to be careful when it comes to impatience and intolerance, especially if you're a business owner. Because a lot of times with this card in the reverse position, if you are not taking the customer complaints seriously, this can kind of create a bit of a bad reputation. Yeah, it can be the beginning of a downfall. It's not good. We really need to take in consideration people's complaints. Also, just in general, for everyone, someone may make a complaint to you, and while on the surface it may not make much sense, and you may think it has actual no meaning, but try to be understanding and think about it for a little while, because then you might see their point of view, okay? Now, I always try to remind everyone when we get this card that you need to slow down and smell the roses, because there is a tendency for us to just want to speed right through everything. Just we want to get done, we want to get done, we want to get done. Now, the problem here is if we don't take the time to slow down and smell some roses, we can miss opportunities. Seriously, we can miss opportunities, and some pretty good opportunities. But if we were just able to slow down and admire those roses and go take a sniff, we might actually see someone that may come over and speak to us, and that, hey, an opportunity can arise out of this situation. It can happen many different ways. But hey, slow down, smell the roses, because you don't want to miss out on opportunities. I mean, I totally understand you just want to get something done, but hey, I mean, many more opportunities could be offered to you, but you just got to slow down. You got to be paying attention. But overall, definitely want to get those emotions, rein them in the best we can. Okay, all right. We got the sun. in reverse. So, oh, boy, we got an extreme amount of major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Wow. Well, that definitely indicates that if you are resonating, especially with the first 5 cards that I've explained, if you are resonating with these, then these are some big changes that are going on in your life. These are fated, okay? I spoke about fated and destiny, so that'll give you a good clue there. We must go through the fated situations, but with free will, we can make these fated situations better. Now, this brings me to the Sun card. So the Sun card can indicate that, first and foremost, we might be encountering delays in regards to achieving a goal that we might have been going after. Now, for some, this could be indicating that your marriage or your relationship could be at a crossroads, so to speak. So some of you definitely could be considering, should I even put any more energy or time into this relationship? Is it even worth it? So that can always come up in a big way. Sometimes this can be about the home life. Maybe things are not going so great at home. Could even be work. But this is about a delay. And of course, so you're getting impatient because of this delay. Try to not give in to that impatience. Try to not be reactive to the delay, okay? As hard as that may be, try to not be reactive. Just know that everything does have its purpose, even though we cannot always see it or realize it in the moment, but there's always a higher purpose, okay? Now, anytime I see the Sun in reverse, I always like to remind you, you need to keep your faith. You need to keep your optimism. This is important, okay? If this is something that you really want, and you know that you want it, and you know that it's going to be a good thing for you, then don't lose your hope. Even if you're, say, in a crummy relationship and you're ready to break it off and you're really considering it, don't let it crush your hope and your optimism, okay? If that happens, then it was meant to. And just know that anything that comes to an end was ultimately holding us back, okay? And we don't want to be held back, because then it prevents future personal growth. Some situations, we've outlived them, we've outlearned them, and they just don't provide us any more sustenance, so to speak. So don't lose hope, all right? Things will get better. The sun will come out tomorrow. It will. And if you can make sure to not lose that hope and your optimism, then we can reverse this sun to the upright position where it should be. Okay, so this would be your hopes and fears position. So right there, or we have the Death card. And I always find it a little funny when I get the Temperance card and the Death card in the same reading, the Temperance in reverse, because I always say, slow down and smell the roses. And we have a rose right here on the Death card. So, yeah. Funny synchronicity there. Anyhow, moving along. Okay, so this is a hopes and fears type of category. So, some of you could actually be hoping to get a new start, to move away from a certain person, a certain situation. Some of you guys are ready to walk away from a situation and start new. Some of you fear walking away from a situation or being forced out of a situation and having to start over. So some of you actually welcome this change and this new start, and some of you fear it, okay? And then we get the Nine of Cups. So, yeah, this is going to be, I would say, more wishful for everyone. Now, the Nine of Cups, this can indicate a wish come true, but this can also indicate one who is relying on wishful thinking. And wishful thinking just doesn't get anything done. You actually have to put action behind it in order to make it materialize, so to speak. We can't be all talk and no walk, if you get my drift. Now, sometimes with this particular card, this can indicate we might be celebrating too much. We might overindulge. So this can be a card of overindulgence, excess of alcohol, and or this could be, prescription medication, recreational type of drugs. I mean, hell, we can overindulge in just about anything and turn it into an addiction. So just be careful. It's okay to kick back and enjoy, have some fun, or try to escape for a day. Just don't make it a habit every day, because, we got to face our problems. And the sooner we do it, the sooner that we can clear our energy and things can get better. Okay, so for the final outcome, we have the Devil in the reverse position. So, when the Devil is in the upright position, he represents addictions, fears, obsessions. Those are the biggies right there. But in the reverse position, we're able to break those bondage chains, so to speak. Now the Devil card in the upright and in the reverse position, it can also be indicating a toxic karmic relationship. Now this toxic karmic relationship, it can be a romantic relationship or it could be a platonic friendship. It can go either way. But this would be someone that you have karma with, and the relationship has just become toxic. It's one that literally just makes you sick to your stomach, Now, thankfully, the Devil came out in the reverse position, so this definitely indicates you guys breaking those chains, breaking that bondage to your fears or to a particular person that is toxic. Or some of you could be kicking an addiction. The Devil is a very sexualized card, so obviously sex addiction can be a biggie that comes up for this. But, this card covers addictions of every kind. From addiction to alcohol to addictions to social media. I mean, there's so many addictions in this day and age. Good Lord. But this definitely indicates that you guys are breaking free of what whatever it has been that has made you feel like you can't move forward, you're breaking away. Some of you could have been letting fear get the upper hand on you. And sometimes if we're a very fearful type of person, we can almost become obsessed with fear. Yeah, that gets bad, okay. So this is definitely good that it's in the reverse position, because this shows that we're breaking away. We're not going to obsess anymore. We're not going to be fearful. We're not going to allow this nasty bastard to control us. Excuse my French, but you know, it is what it is. So we clarify, we have the Six of Swords. So this shows that we are going to move away from this situation, this toxic situation. You know, it could be a toxic, you know, perhaps some of you have broke free of a toxic job. Maybe it's been a toxic relationship. Maybe it's been a toxic friendship. Whatever it may be, could have even been an addiction. But whatever it is, you're moving away from it. You're saying, hey, I'm done. Now I'm moving. Now for some of you, this could literally indicate an actual move. Okay? But this card I tend to associate, it's more in the mindset, where we're like, okay, I'm not going to be stuck in this situation anymore. I have control, so I am going to move away from this situation because I'm going to find peace on the shore, so to speak, because they are on a boat in the water. And ultimately they're moving towards the shore. And that's where we find our peace and our healing, okay? But overall, this is definitely indicating moving away from a situation. And this situation typically is one that involves a loss of some sort. This can be, like I said, you know, about relationships, romantic or platonic. This could be a job situation. This could be moving away from an addiction. There's so many addictions, I could go on and on and on. But yeah, this is especially good, especially if you've been stuck in a karmic, toxic type of relationship with someone. Then this is good that you're breaking free of this person, because they're not any good for you, and they have actually been holding you back. And like I said, we do not want to stay where there's no longer any sustenance for us. You know, we've outgrown the situation. It's not good for us anyhow. Time to walk away and stop saying the devil made me do it. Now you can say I'm in control, and I am walking away from that. Now, I know I jumped forward earlier and showed this Knight of Swords in the reverse, but I could not help it, because when I see these card combinations, it really makes me think, malicious gossip. So, funny enough, I clarified Knight of Swords in reverse, and I got Knight of Swords in reverse again. So, yeah, this is like a double whammy. So this is definitely indicating that this is a strong energy for you guys. So some of you could definitely have a bit of an enemy. This is definitely not the type of enemy you want. This is the type of person you should steer clear of. This can be a hacker, this can be a scammer, a con artist, someone who wants to start problems for you. They don't have any regard for your feelings or what it's going to do to you. This is someone who's looking to start a war. They're not there to just rock the boat. They want to sink your damn boat, okay? That's this type of energy, unfortunately. Now, you could be dealing with someone with this type of energy, or some of you could be behaving this way. It can go either way. Yeah. But I feel that for most of you, you're dealing with someone like this. Now, typically the Knight of Swords represents a Gemini type of person, but, you know, we could just stick to the air element and say Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But it doesn't necessarily have to be those signs. It could be someone else that's a completely different sign. So this could just be representative of the energy, but this is a troublemaker. This is someone who really has no... they give zero fucks, okay? Sorry. I know I dropped the F-bomb, but, you know, it is what it is. They don't care. They really don't. This is somebody that, oh, God, not good energy, okay? It's not somebody you want to mess with. And unfortunately, a lot of times, especially with Aries energy, you're like, oh, what, you want to start a problem, B? Really? Oh, step up, come on. This is not the type of person you want to do that with. This is the type of person that, if you can, let the law take care of them, although they can be some pretty slick bastards sometimes. With this particular energy, it's like, if there's a legal loophole, they'll find it, you know? But this person can be very violent, very dangerous. So for personal safety reasons, I would say, yeah, I'm not going to encourage any physical fighting, okay? That's not what I do. Now, this could be a verbal battle, but for a few of you, this could be one where you want to be physical, but, you know, again, try to resist being reactive and over-emotional. You may have every reason to be, but don't give them what they want, okay? Rise up. Be the bigger person. I know some people absolutely hate when I say that, but trust me, it doesn't go unnoticed, okay? Karma is literally watching every one of us all the time. And how we react to situations, it does matter. No matter what your belief system is, action, reaction, it's a universal law, okay? It happens. So, you don't want to get any bad karma yourself, okay? But a lot of times with the Knight of Swords in reverse, this can definitely indicate that, you know, get ready, because something's going to pop. There's going to be a nasty situation that's going to take place. And sometimes the warning comes in a little bit too late. And I kind of feel like I'm already a little bit too late. So, especially looking at the present situation cards. Oh. Okay, 11. So, yeah, I went to clarify these cards because it's like, okay, I want to know more info here. So, the first one I got was the Page of Wands. So, to me, this could definitely indicate that for some of you, this particular type of person could be trying to bring you an investment type of opportunity. It would be an opportunity of some sorts that they will try to sell you upon. Maybe even a job opportunity. You can't trust anything this slippery sucker's got to say, okay? Because on the surface, he will make it sound fantastic, but oh, is it? It's not. It's not. And this person could be younger. It's always a possibility, but to me, I'm feeling like this is definitely more with an investment, an opportunity that would be business or creative type endeavors, but they're ultimately there to try to get something out of you, and they ain't gonna be there for the right reasons. Trust me, it ain't good. Don't trust this person. Do not trust him. Do not trust him. Do not trust him, okay? Now, the next clarification card I got is the Hanging Man. So the Hanging Man is about sacrifice, making a sacrifice. Sometimes we're looking at a complete reversal of lifestyle, but ultimately this is to move us in a new direction. So this is basically the purpose of this whole entire situation. This is the purpose. It is to help us to move on. It's to help us to move on. We know there's a new direction for us, and we need to go that way. And it may involve a bit of a sacrifice, but it's really for our higher good. Yeah. Don't trust him, though. I'm serious. Okay, so I pulled some love oracle cards. So this will be for the Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that are single. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So some of you do need to have faith that if you want a relationship and you've been single for a while, you need to trust and have faith that you will get one, okay? But it's all about timing. And you just need to have faith that everything will work out when it is supposed to. And that could be saying that perhaps you're already interested in someone, and perhaps a lack of faith and a lack of trust could be working to your disadvantage. So you may need to shift your thoughts and try to have more faith and try to trust. Oh, okay. And free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So for some of you, this can literally indicate that you may be newly single because you have freed yourself from maybe a particular relationship and you're just ready to have back control of your life and do you. And you know what? I'll say go for it. But for some of you, maybe you need to free yourself of limiting type of thoughts. If you think you'll never have a good relationship, you need to free yourself of that thought. Take control. Because you can take control of your life. You can take control of your mind and the way that you think. Every thought is a thing, okay? Some people laugh at this, but every thought has energy. We are energy. And every thought we think is energy. And that's why it's good to think positive. Because if we're always thinking negative, then we're going to attract negative situations to us. Because we're thinking more on the negative end. Now, for a pretty upbeat and positive type of person and optimistic, we're going to have more good things come our way. So some of us really need to shift our mindset, and that is easier said than done. Trust me, I know. I struggle too. Okay, these are for the Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that are married or in a relationship. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So keep the passion alive, okay? Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Now, sometimes this can be indicating that, that you could end up being with someone that has children. And you might have children. So maybe the children don't get along at first. Maybe you have difficulties working things out because of your children or their children. Maybe perhaps the children don't get along with you or don't get along with the other person. This can play out many different ways. But, for some of you out here that are married or in a relationship, children are definitely playing a large role in any type of relationship difficulties you might be experiencing. Yeah. Okay, so that is what I have. Don't lose your hope, your faith. Stay optimistic, Aries. Stay optimistic, okay? Just know that things are getting better. They're getting better. I know this is a pretty crummy situation, especially with the deception and potential gossip, but hey, it's all pushing you towards getting free. And you know what? We need to be free. We don't need people in our life that are going to hold us back, okay? And people who might lie to us, they got to go. They got to go. Show them the door, okay? You deserve better, Aries. Okay. I love you guys. I will talk to you next month. I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love.